holiday in honor of winning this national championship. Royce, it's too bad you didn't show up. Probably not even know there's a day off on Friday. Well, I guess it shows you the impact that one person can have. Again, congratulations to this extraordinary team and National Coach of the Year, Courtney Ward. Next up to the podium is our Clarke University Director of Athletics, wow, Kurt Long. Thanks so much, Andy, for all you do for us as well. First, thank you for sharing with us this national championship, and certainly congratulations to this outstanding team. Magnitude, winning a national championship is a big deal in the NAIA. President Fletch mentioned that there are 250 schools in the NAIA. We made it to the top 64 by making it through our conference. A lot of teams want to make it to the 64, but to make it as far as we did, well, it doesn't get any better than that. The NAIA is the first association in the country to have both a women's basketball and a men's basketball national championship that started in 1980. So you know how important it is to the association. Basketball is historic in the NAIA. And also, as you know, as you follow championships, there are very few teams that win their last game of the year. And this is certainly the way to do it. We're also the first team to win a national championship in the city of Dubuque. We'll take that as well. So several months ago, Courtney came to me and said, you know, we really need to host. We need to host those first two rounds of the national tournament. And, you know, when Courtney says it, we do it because she has it all thought out and she knows the details and so forth. Well, we were able to put together a really, really first-class tournament, which even the teams that visited were impressed with how we did that. And certainly I want to reach out and thank all of our staff that put that together. Of the 12 top-ranked teams in the country, all 12 of them hosted the first two rounds. So certainly we wanted to be one of those, and we were at a ranking of number 7 at the time. One other part of hosting was that we wouldn't be here today if we hadn't come back in that second round of the NCAA tournament. You know, everybody, that we were down by 8 points going into the fourth quarter. We were down by 8.
I do.
We went on a 23-10 run that game against Freed Hardeman to get into the top 16 and go to Sioux City. Congratulations on that. 3 teams out of Kentucky were really, really strong in our trip. That's the Mid-South Conference. We like to brag that the Heart is one of the best conferences in the country, and truly it is. The Mid-South out of Kentucky is also a very, very impressive conference in basketball. Freed Hardeman won their conference tournament, but Campbellsville and Thomas More were 1 seeds going into the tournament, the national tournament, and they ran into us. 2 of the schools were number 1 seeds, and like I said, Freed Hardeman won the conference tournament. Thomas More had won the national tournament last year, and they were runners-up the year before. So now you know the magnitude of this trip, this run for us to our national championship. We were also the first top 4 team, let me say this right. So the top 4 ranked teams have been national champs since 2017. We're the first team to do it as a team that wasn't ranked in the top 4 going into it. So we'll show
Surprise, surprise.
I have a couple of fond memories that happened during the tournament. One of them is I pulled into Sioux City and walked into the hotel. Everybody was sitting at the fireplace, and I felt like it was a welcome for me. It wasn't really for me, but I felt like it was, and everybody said hello, and I felt great about that. But it wasn't about 10 minutes into that I learned that the pregame meal had gone awry. So Adam Hawking, as great as an assistant coach as he is, made a run to Hy-Vee and got some deli meat. And our first victory came on a pregame meal of deli meat sandwiches. So whatever works. Lots of things happen in a run like this. There's stories upon stories. When the game was over, I think we were all in a little bit of a fog with that last minute, like, is this really happening? We knew it could happen, but it really was happening in that last minute. So after the game, I sat there with Dale Linderwell. Coach, Dale, wave. By the way, Adam was up till 5 a.m. after that semifinal win, watching film and getting ready for that championship game. 5 a.m. Didn't look tired though at all. So we sat in the chairs, we looked at that scoreboard, game over, and we recalled that with 4 minutes to play, that score was 50-50 with 4 minutes to play. I don't know if you guys all remember that, but I sure do. I had sweaty palms and all. We ran off the victory, and the final score was 63-52. So we took care of business in those 4 minutes. And again, major congratulations for finishing the deal. One other thing I'll remember, and I didn't actually hear this being said, but I was told on multiple occasions that after we lost that championship game in the playoffs, in the Hart playoffs, Tina had said on several occasions, we are not going to lose again, and we didn't. One other mention, and you've heard the buzzword quite a bit in the last couple of years about physicality. There was physicality throughout this tournament run. It was unbelievably physical. And I have to say, in that semifinal game against Dakota State, I mean, it was one of the most physical games that I've seen. They kept going to the middle and running into our big people. We did a great job defensively to stop that. But we had injuries along that run through the week. And if there's one MVP who was not suited up, that was Katie Lindsay, our athletic trainer. She got us ready to play. I want to do some rapid fire thank yous, and then we'll turn it back over to Andy. But Casey Tauber and our full management crew all through the season really put together a great hosting event. Our front office crew, Tanya Howe, Brett Tudela, Rick Arrington, and Brandon Lindholm, tremendous support behind the scenes. Facilities and conference events, marketing, bookstore, dining services, engagement, and all of our faculty and staff. Especially thank you to our parents and family members, and especially our students for your wonderful support. This great moment belongs to you. It belongs to all of us. Congratulations.
And run as one all year long. Clarke Pride, T Pride, run as one, run as one. Well, I am happy to let you know that we've changed the ink to one as one. So, one is one, run is one. We are very excited. If you want these t-shirts, they will be available again tomorrow in the bookstore. I'm told that we have various sizes, so it's going to be like a Black Friday sort of situation, but on Wednesday. It's going to be awesome. All right. Before we introduce the team, which we're going to do in a second, another thing that we've done kind of throughout the year is a sing-along song, and we've got a lot of people here, so this is probably as loud as it's going to be, and we all have a reason to be happy. So please join me. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Now, if you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. Now, if you're happy and you know it, say champs. Yeah. If you're happy and you know it, say champs. Yeah. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, say champs. Yeah. All right, let's meet those champs, shall we? It is time, there we go, to meet the players. And so we are going to introduce them. As I call your name, please stand, wave, shout, kisses, whatever you want to do. But you keep it clean. So, here we go. We are starting first with number 14, Shanae Wittering. Oh, she's sick. Well, we thank her for staying on, but when you see her in the hall, let her know. All right, up next is number 4, Anisha Vandekamp. Number 25, Hallie Bolt. Number 31, B. Atienza. Number 32, Lily Schilling. Number 24, Maya Marshman. I almost didn't recognize her without the braids. All right, number 23, Jenna Blunt. Number 11, Maddie Lindauer. Number 3, Izzy Peterson. Number 5, Nicole McDermott. Number 10, G. Yamamickle. Number 22, Emma Kilchick. Number 2, Skylar Culbertson. And rounding out the squad, number 33, the all-time scoring leader in Clarke University history, Tina Holy cow, I hope you don't beat me up. All right. I'm reading the list. I see one more name. All right, don't see one more name, but we can let her know because she had one hell of a tournament. And I'm not taking that lightly. There are people that have bruises to let you know how good of a tournament she has. Put your hands together for number 12, Tate Hazy. All right, at this time, we're going to bring up one of the players to speak and share a little bit. And her name is G. Yamamickles. You may have seen her in Clarke commercials. There were a lot of those on the streaming broadcast.
Thanks, Andy. All right, hi everyone. First of all, we'd just like to thank you all for being here today to celebrate with us. I think I can speak for the whole team when I say that this past week has felt like a dream, and a dream come true, thankfully. We wanted to thank you for all of your support throughout the entire season and for always showing up, whether it was home games with a ton of energy, tuning into the live stream for away games, or even driving to Sioux City to watch us win this trophy. We truly couldn't have done it without all of you, so thank you. We also want to say thank you to the professors who worked with us, even after missing so many classes, and helped us get caught back up. So from all of us, thanks again and roll pride.
right. And now we're going to introduce the coaching staff. Starting first with the student manager. Your name is on here. Yeah. Haley. Assistant coach, Carrie Kennedy. Assistant coach, Dale Linderman. Assistant coach, Adam Hocking. And the woman who earlier was named the NAIA National Coach of the Year with a record of 155-42 in 6 seasons at Clarke, which is also incredible. Gang, I've been announcing enough games to know that there was one year where we won 1 game. So we have come really a long way, and this lady has kicked some serious butt and made this happen. So it's been a dream season for everybody. But I know she's going to get up here and say the word that many of you heard her say last week, which is wow. And I just assumed that was code for like week of wins, because that's essentially what it was. Just like, we're just going to keep on winning because it's a week of wins. But let's put your hands together for Coach Wow, Courtney Ford.
All of that is not necessary, but I really do appreciate that. And if you know Clarke women's basketball, you know that we roll with the punches. So Coach Carver, stand up. Rolling with the punches is just kind of what we do. We don't have a pregame meal, so we take after the mastermind Coach Blaine, and we get our lunch meat sandwiches, our fruit, our bag of chips, and we win games. So thank you, Coach Blaine, for that. There's so much excitement that we forget who's on the team sometimes and what number everybody is and who's on the coaching staff. We just remembered that the lucky number on the bus, we had 16 people, and then we had X amount of coaches and X amount of people with a camera and an athletic training bag. We went through and counted every time before we told the bus driver, so we at least made sure everybody was on their way to the gym. Other than that, there were a lot of things that we could not replay because there was so much going on in a short amount of time. So honestly, just like Andy already prefaced, I am not a person that can read off of a piece of paper. I will get flustered and lose my spot and all those things. So here's what you get. And the first bullet point says, wow. So Andy is also a mind reader. I don't know if there's any words that can really express what this group has done, what this group will always mean to this university, and the continued success that this group has started. There are 3, Skylar Culbertson, Tina Ubel, and Emma Kelchin, who were on the first national championship team since I've been here, and they are now on the tournament team, and now they are national champions. So congratulations to you for being part of all of that. I will do the same as Kurt. I'll try to make this short and sweet, but there's a lot of things I'm going to miss. I promise. I'm going to screw up. I'm going to miss saying thank you. But the one thing that I want to start with is I just got under 90 text messages. Is that right, Allie? I just got under 90 text messages last night. And then today happened, and I'm back up to over 100. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm not ignoring your emails. I'm not ignoring your text messages. And I promise all of you will get all of the thank you that all of you deserve. It's just going to take a few extra days for all good reason. So thank you for all of the kudos, following along, all of the support. There's not enough to be said about each and every one of you, but all of you standing up top, I don't feel bad for you, because now you know what my legs feel like standing on the court in those darn heels. So here we go. So first of all, I do want to say thank you to the fans, because without people in the stands, the atmosphere isn't what it is for the game of college basketball. So everybody that made it today, you made up the stands, you made up all the fan base, everything on social media, all the communication. Thank you. Friends and family, obviously. The city of Dubuque, if you are here for the second time, maybe you were here for one game in the past 6 seasons and now you're here today to celebrate, we also consider you family. So thank you very much for that. Clarke University family. It takes every single one of you that are standing right here for something like this. I was really gonna try not to get emotional, but this is something that not every university gets to experience. This is not something that every program gets to experience. And it's definitely not something that happens year in and year out. We went to Stanford a year ago and played in an exhibition game, and the Hall of Fame coach said to us, in order to get a banner on the ceiling, you have to have a little bit of luck. We did. We stayed as much injury-free as we could, right? You have to have the right route. You have to play teams that you are going to match up against, and you are going to turn what they think works into something that doesn't work. We were able to do that. And you have to be a team that's in it for each other. And the group in front of you is more than that. I think Andy started with us having 0 first-team All-Americans on this entire team. 0. This team did this without the individual accolades that every other team that got beat has. We have 6 all-conference players, and we have 15 players here that if we only travel with 6 people, we also don't win. Some people are on the scout team. Some people don't play as many minutes as others. Some people start. Some people finish games. Some people play more in one game than they do in the other. You honestly, in order for everything to go our way and for all the stars to align, all of those things have to happen, and they did. The selflessness of the group that's in front of you is different than anything that as a coaching staff we've ever felt. They didn't care whose name was on the game day post. They didn't care who got the love of the player of the game. They honestly didn't care if anybody was all-conference player. Of course, that feels good. We're all human. We all like the love. But seeing the reaction at the end of the game, which, by the way, every single game felt like it was going to go into overtime. I just wanted you guys to know that as stressed as you were, we were all on the edge of our seats as well. But seeing their reaction at the end of the game and re-watching it, because in the moment you black out a little bit, listening to them all scream happy tears that we did it. Everyone in this room did it. If you aren't in the stands for us, if you aren't adjusting our class schedules for us, if you aren't helping us find the finances that we need in order to host a very successful tournament, which I promise that money's coming back through to athletics. It is happening, so don't worry, women's basketball isn't getting everything. What this group did is a reflection of this entire university. And it doesn't happen without each and every one of you. So when people ask you, did the women's basketball team win the national championship? The answer is no. We won the national championship. Clarke University won the national championship. That's your answer. Because no one can take that away from being a part of this for however much longer you're a part of this family. So thank you. I just have a couple more things. I just want to say to Garland Shirley, if he's listening, we are thinking about you. We sent you a video before we left, and I'm pretty sure that you guys told him that these next 4 wins were for him. He texts and says, Coach, if this is a long time before I get my lung transplant, make sure I get to watch you win the national championship. So Coach G, we got your back. Thanks. Sister Kay, is she here? Okay. We also know that Sister Kay had a family member pass away, and every game, whether it was the correct time of game time or the incorrect game of game time, Sister Kay adjusted every single time. And we came down the hallway after our second game in Sioux City, and we hear them, all of you that have prayed with Sister Kay. How's it go, B? How's it go? So we come down the hallway and we hear that. They have now taken the place of Sister Kay because she wasn't able to make it in tough times. And every single night we received an email from her. I was doing this, I was praying for you, you guys look great. It takes every single one of us. And so Sister Kay, in tough times, we appreciate you celebrating with us as well. So thank you. And before I turn it back over for us to hopefully have a really big celebration with the banner that a lot of people don't get to hold in front of them or gather confetti, I just have to tell a little bit of a story. So when we go out to Sioux City, usually you meet with an elementary school. We did some warm-ups. We shot a few baskets. We talked to them a little bit. They asked questions. We had a good time. That was the third best thing about being in Sioux City. I would say probably second, because tied for first was we had the opportunity to work with the Special Olympics while we were out there. And this is another typical Clarke women's basketball story. So we've been running about 3.5 minutes late all week. So hey guys, we're gonna leave at 10 a.m. We're gonna go get breakfast. We're on the bus at 10:02. We've counted everybody, and now, okay, bus driver, at 10:03 we're ready. So we're 3 minutes late. Hey, we have to be at shoot around at this time, and we're 3 minutes late. Hey, we have to be here for dinner because our sponsors are paying for us. We're 3 minutes late. So we've been 3 minutes late for like 2-3 consecutive days for almost everything. We have to be up, out of bed, on the bus by 9 or 9:15 in the morning. I come down to the lobby, I believe it's 9. I come down to the lobby, and whether I'm the last one on purpose or that I'm the last one because I'm late, I guess you follow your leader. I come down and they're all sitting in the lobby, and it's 8:59, and I say, all right, let's load up. So everybody gets up faster than they have. No one's complaining about being up early, 9 a.m. No one is complaining about getting on the bus. Nobody's complaining about being with people from the community. We get on the bus, we walk into the gym, and Coach K, Carrie Kennedy, looks at me and says, in typical women's basketball fashion, we may be late to breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We may be late to a shoot-around. We might be late to one of our games, but we'll be damned if we're late to a Special Olympics event. That's this group right in front of you. And that's why they deserve everything that they've worked for and everything that they've earned. So I just want to say one last time, if you guys all can stand up, and on this court, which is your home court forever, and nobody can take it away from you, if we can all stand up and clap together. And then what happens is we say, Sky will say, see you on 2. We will all say, she will say 1, 2, and we will all say, see you. Tina will then say, see what? You will then say, see you. If you don't know what to say, only say, see you. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
See you on 2, 1, 2. See you. What? See you.
All right, we're gonna try that one more time. So I'll also say, 3, 2, 1, and on 1 we're going to try our best to all stop clapping, and now we know how it goes. Ready? Let's try it again. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
See you on 2, 1, 2. See you. See you.
Thank you guys so much.
All right. We have just one thing left to do, and this is a pretty big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now that as I look around and see some of the other banners, they're much smaller than what you're about to see. They're definitely a different color than what you're about to see. But again, this is a first time for Clarke University, and I'm gonna get out of the way because I don't want to photobomb this picture. It's just too big of a deal here. But let's count them down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise the banner! Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the 2022-23 NAIA Women's Basketball National Champion, Clarke University Pride! Let them know. All right, everybody, that concludes our program. Thank you all so much for coming. And man, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, the bar is pretty high for next year. I am looking forward though to introducing the team when we welcome them back later this fall, late October, early November, as the defending national champion, Clarke University Pride. Thank you all. Make sure you thank Royce for that day off. Apparently he's got more power than a snow or ice storm.